Welcome back, fam. Welcome back. Welcome back, fam. Welcome back. What's going on, fam? This is Chris with F4YT Thoughts. I hope you are having a wonderful, great, tremendous day. If you didn't, you will have a great evening, or wherever you at, you'll have a great remainder of your day after this presentation. But all jokes aside, I really do hope you guys been taking care of yourself, having fun, growing through this process of self-discovery, knowledge of self, unlearning all the lies that have been handed down to us, from our parents, grandparents, churches, the government, you name it. However, and we relearning our own personal truth that works best for you and what works best for me, and that's what it's all about. And that's why I keep reminding each and every one of you, even myself, like, hey, there's no cookie cutter recipe to life. It's all about trusting your own intuition, your own inner voice, your own energy. I hope that makes sense, right? And by now, I know that you are being a cause in your life by creating your own luck instead of waiting for the effect to happen, right? Waiting for luck. So I know you really by now you've been getting some downloads, or been getting a lot of synchronicities, and I know you've been writing things down, right, and taking action. And it's all about being intentional. Like, how can I help, raise the overall frequency and vibration of the planet? And also, how can I add more value to my life and get in alignment with my purpose and my mission? And also, how can I, take all my skills and my experience, my ups, my downs, and that way I can help myself and help other people. And it's all about enlightenment. So at this time, no matter where you at on the grand scheme of things on this, wheel of life, we all been dealt a pretty messed up hand. However, it's all about, you gotta start, work your way back through the history, right? And really, figure out, like, okay, how did everything all begin, right? And that's where you start from, okay? And that's where you really come into knowledge of self. But the biggest takeaway, guys, is learn and use these 7 hermetic principles daily. I promise you it's going to take you far, and it's going to help tie this whole presentation series together, okay? But also learn more about your name. Your name is your nature. Also your life path number. These numbers, your spiritual team, they love to communicate through numbers and symbols and synchronicity. So it's all about having an open mind, right? Being open to receive the messages when they come to you, and they come to you all the time. But most people are not aware. All right. So now I'm letting you know, like, hey, there's synchronicity going on around you each and every second of your day. I promise you. But you just got to be open to receive, right? And now that as you really grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process, right? And it's all about being a better person each and every day. You can always work on yourself each and every day, and that's what it's all about. But also learn about your natal chart. I don't want to get too far off track there, but astroseek.com, they'll help you line some things up about yourself so you can have a better understanding about your purpose and mission and the inner workings of you. Why do you feel certain ways? Why do you do the things you do, right? So line these things up. I'm just the messenger, okay? But today, guys, we're going into a new presentation series. I'm really, it's more of on a personal nature, and also, we live in this omniverse, this multiverse, this universe, this earth, right? And a lot of people not aware, there are principles, that are set in place, to make sure people, places and things are in alignment. All right. However, we're not taught of these things in school. And the only reason, and the way I was able to really line myself up with this, I've been doing all of these different spiritual laws pretty much my whole life, okay? Minus a few, okay? All right, I'm not perfect, all right? But, as a child, I always had this inner knowing about, these laws. I didn't know they were laws, but the way different attributes and characteristics of myself, of self, right? Self-mastery. But as a child, I knew a lot about these things, and when I came across this knowledge, I was like, oh my God, man, these things actually exist, and it just helped me to remember. So we live in a world nothing more than energy, frequency, and vibration, right? And there's no new information. All it is recycled information, and all I'm doing is remixing stuff that you already know. Okay, so I'm not pulling stuff out of the hat here. These are things that you already know. They already exist within you, within your DNA, right? It's all about remembering your own personal greatness. And why are you here on this planet at this time? Why were you born on a certain date and time? So what is your main mission in life? And how can I better myself, add more balance, and also get myself in greater alignment so I can really do my purpose and mission like I'm supposed to do, instead of being manipulated, right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get ready to dive into it. But today, guys, is all about the spiritual law of attraction. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you, okay? So, but today, just remember always, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So, we've been, programmed, by the institutions, to do the same thing over and over again, to compete against each other, to have no creativity, to create our own way versus, going by this, the set standard ways that are out there. All right. Instead of tapping into your own critical thinking, your own creativity, and actually sharing your own gift that you came to this planet with. And it's time, I'm your confirmation that it's time for you to unwrap your present or your gift and present it to the world. Okay, and stay in that present moment. But don't do the same thing over and over again. You're not gonna get a new result. You need to do new things, to get new results. Okay, it's all about getting that higher knowledge, right, and taking action and being intentional with your personal growth and your knowledge of self. All right, but as you grow, you're going to come across a lot of knowledge that's going to really help you, transform your life from the inside out. Okay. That's how I like to work. I like to work from the inner you, and then, interfacing with this reality we call this world Earth, right? So, but trust your own intuition. Don't believe nothing I'm telling you, but I know you can feel this energy, and I know it's 20% of you guys are going through the same thing, or growing through the same things that I'm going through right now. And remember to have that great alignment, and use your energy to your rise. Your thoughts, beliefs, words, emotions, and actions always going to equal your reality and your results, not your job, okay? But keep your money in check as we go through this great reset, 808, okay? But with that being said, as we get ready to, really dive into this series, I'm going to lead into it, and then I'm going to, really give you my personal takeaways, and I'm going to get you guys out of here, okay? But as we, get ready to start here, 7 rules of life, make peace with your past so it won't screw up your present, okay? So it's okay to make mistakes, but are you learning from your mistakes, all right? And that's basically what it means, don't live your life on repeat. At some point, you're going to get tired of, being kept in the same grade. I hope that makes sense. I'm just making it, real simple here. Number 2, what others think of you is none of your business. It's their business. Other people's opinions, it's cool. I'm open to them, but it's their opinion. I'm the one, really, doing everything, really coming up with the ideas, but I'm still open. And that's how you should be too. Because if you focus on other people's opinions, and my experience, especially, throughout, my career, in the military too, 21 years to be exact, right? I was on the heavy programming, right? But now I know better, I'm doing better, but that's why I'm sharing this with you today. But if you focus on what other people think of you all the time, man, you will never get anything done. You will keep questioning yourself, and you will never trust your own inner voice, okay? I hope that makes sense, okay? So, number 3, time heals almost everything. So just give it time. The biggest takeaway is all about the lesson. What did you learn? The universe lined things up. There are different, experiences in your life that you're going through right now for you to learn that lesson. But what is the lesson? And then, in my experience, once you learn that lesson, it just seemed like, hey, it's like a heavy weight being lifted off of you, and then other opportunities are gonna come your way. But you have to grow. So you can't, go to the next grade if you don't pass the test. All right. Number 4, don't compare your life to others, and don't judge them. You have no idea what their journey is all about. And my experience too, behind the scenes, you have no idea how many books these people are reading, how much energy and passion they really put into their craft, right? So don't judge a book by its cover, in other words. 5, stop thinking too much. It's all right not to, know the answer. They will really come to you when you least expect it. In my experience, prime your brain, like ask yourself, like, how can I, how can I really, manifest, like an extra like $1,500 a month, from home, without, leaving my family, or, wasting your time, that you can be doing other things. Prime your brain. You'll be amazed. You'll come up with all kind of different ideas, but the most important step is write things down. I don't want to get too off track here. All right. Number 6, no one is in charge of your happiness except you. Okay. Nobody is responsible, for making you feel a certain way except for you. They can give you gifts. They can, make you laugh, at the drop of a dime, but at the end of the day, that's only temporary. But it's all about how you really feel on the inside, okay? So it's time to do some inner work on that shadow, okay? Because the seeds that you plant on the inside, eventually 20% of them gonna sprout right away, and the other 80% are gonna manifest a little bit later when you least expect it. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Number 7, like I just did, smile. You don't own all the problems in the world, but you do own your thoughts, belief, words, emotions, and action, because it creates your reality and your results, right? So focus on you, focus on your lane. It's okay to look off to the side as a gauge. However, if you keep focusing on other people, how you gonna get stuff done in your life? Right. But with that being said, the reason why each and every person, really, having these feelings right about now, the earth Kundalini energy is rising over the planet, and so is your Kundalini energy is rising too within you. And that's why you feeling the way you do, and that's why you are open to receive this information at this time, because a couple of years, ago, you wouldn't even think about looking at this stuff, right? Or just listen to me. Okay. But with that being said, right now, you ready to grow. You ready to grow to the next level in your life, and you ready to be the best version of you possibly can be in this incarnation. And that's what I'm here to do, to help line things up and to help you remind you of your own greatness. It's not about me, it's about you. Okay. With that being said, remember, guys, we have the truth still with us, but it's not found in books to any given extent. It has been passed along from lips to ear. When it was written down at all, its meaning was veiled in terms of alchemy and astrology, so that only those possessing the keys could read it. All right. This is from the 3 initiates, Kabbalion. Please get into that Kabbalion plus the 7 Hermetic principle. I promise you, it's gonna take you far. And it's time. I'm helping you to remember to unlock the universe within you, because you are your own universe. Okay. So today, guys, and just remember, with anything that we talk about, this is only one principle, but I like to throw this out there. It's all about polarity. There's a good side and not so good side. Anything that we deal with, anything you deal with in life, I know you've seen the good side of love, not so good side of love, but it's still love at the end of the day, right? But as we lead in, as above, so below, peace within leads to peace within your life. So do you have peace within? All right. So all humans incarnate to experience life in a physical body. Earth is a place where we learn our lessons in forms of situation, life events, and particular people. How we deal with our life circumstances determines whether we pass those tests. Like I told you before, life is a test. Your life is a test. All right. But are you passing the test? Are you studying? Right. Now, the aim for everyone who incarnates on Earth is enlightenment or ascension. Okay, which is the total mastery of all lessons offered. This may take many lifetimes to achieve, our goals of ascension. And many of you guys been stuck here in the same grave for a long time, and a lot of people volunteered to come back to help your butt level up and snap out of this program. Okay, but often our soul wants to return to Earth to meet the same people and experience similar situations, to relive the challenge, or to complete unresolved issues. And sometimes it goes that way. Now, the universal laws are rules or patterns that can be applied to everything in the universe. Like I mentioned, it is useful and important to know these laws simply because of the universality of their application. Why would we have a universe and it doesn't have any laws, right? People will be running around like they crazy. So everything matters. And I mentioned that before in another presentation when it comes to karma, right? Everything that you do matter each and every day. So you got to be intentional with everything. All right. It may seem like a bit overwhelming at first. All right. But it's just like riding a bike, So it's all about, proper intent coming from the heart chakra, okay? So it's time to, snap out of it. So now let's break down these universal spiritual laws that we're going to dive into in this presentation series, right? Now, these spiritual laws are split into 4 categories. Now, the first, being the basic laws of life. Now, you have the law of attraction, the law of request, the law of resistance, the law of reflection, the law of projection, the law of attachment. Then you have the second set of universal spiritual laws are the laws of creation. Then you have the law of attention, the law of flow, abundance, clarity, intention, prosperity, manifestation. Then you have the law of success. Then the third set of spiritual laws are called the laws of higher awareness, the law of balance and polarity, the law of karma, the law of reincarnation, responsibility, discrimination, affirmation, prayer, meditation, challenge. And then lastly, we have the fourth and final set of universal spiritual laws are the laws of higher frequency. And these consist of the law of frequency or vibration, the law of miracles, healing, purification, perspective, gratitude, blessing, decree, faith, grace, and the law of one. All right. So today we're gonna dive in, give you my takeaways and give you the beef of the spiritual essence of this law of attraction, and I'm gonna get you guys out of here, okay? So to really better understand the law of attraction, you really got to see yourself as a magnet attracting unto you the essence of that which you are thinking and feeling. And so if you are feeling fat, you cannot attract thin. If you're feeling poor, you cannot attract prosperity, in other words, and so on. It just defies the law, period. Now, the more you come to really have that understanding and understanding of the power of the law of attraction, the more interest you will have in the deliberate directing your thoughts, for you get what you think about, whether you want it or not, without exception. So that which you give thought to is that which you begin to invite into your experience, like I've been mentioning to you over and over again, okay? So the first law of the universe is as above, so below. Peace within leads to peace within your life. Now, your body is a mirror of of your deep, often unconscious inner feelings. Now, this law applies to the physical body. Now, inner feelings are reflected in a way we build our own bodies, right? So if we feel emotionally or sexually vulnerable inside, we may develop a protective layer of fat over our abdomens and our hip area, ladies or men too, as these are places where we hold, our emotions and our sexuality too. Now, if at an inner level we feel unlovable, we may build a big chest to protect our heart center, i.e., the muscle, with like bodybuilders have around their chest. Often, some people consider that, hiding feelings of vulnerability. And then as, when it comes to a woman, will unconsciously, build big breasts to indicate her need to, really be that nurturer or to be nurtured. Okay, so your life is a mirror. Now, we feel that deep, if we feel deep inside, we must shoulder responsibility for our family or even the world. We build ourselves big shoulders. Now, if on the other hand, we have no intention or desire to carry responsibility, we build sloping shoulders that allow our burdens to pretty much slip off, right? Now, if you have pain in the neck, ask yourself, like, who and what am I aligned to be the pain in my neck, right? If you have a pain in your backside, who's the pain in my backside? A pain in my heart, who am I aligned to really hurt me? If you have an indigestion, what experience can I, really assimilate or stomach right now? What's really lowering my vibration? If you're having an ache, who am I aching for? Unable to hear clearly. What don't I, want to hear? Or who don't I want to listen to right now? Because sometimes you may be in the zone working on your dream and passion and somebody trying to distract you. All right. But stiff hips. How can I change my attitude about moving forward? Because it's all about balance, right? So anything on the right side of the body, my takeaway mirrors the attitude to do with the masculine, aspect when it comes to men as well. And then, and this right side deals with the future and also our careers. On the left side, it reflects the feminine aspect, our attitude towards women, the past, and our home life. Now, believe it or not, our animals will reflect our inner qualities back to you. So if you have animals, that have, different characteristics and each one, representing a part of your personality. This is why they come into your life. Okay, so as you are ready to ask for help, you are ready to receive it. So you are ready to accept wisdom that goes with it, and that's why you listen to this presentation right now. So then the higher powers will align themselves to really help you. So it's all about aligning yourself to higher wisdom, higher consciousness, higher knowledge of self, right? Now, so you unconsciously transmit your energy out to the universe. Now, some of your qualities are magnetic and others are repellent. You have drawn towards you, yourself, everyone and everything in your life right now, believe it or not. Now, in regards to the people in our lives, we attract these which represent something about ourselves, be it good or bad, positive or negative. Now, people who do not resonate with our, energetic frequency are not attracted to us. So you'll notice, like, you may be attracted to a person and they they look good on the outside. However, what's on the inside, are they really operating on that same frequency and vibration as you, and really tapping into in that heart chakra or above. Okay, so like attracts like. I hope that makes sense. So in regards to the people in our lives, again, they represent people, they represent something about ourselves, be it good or bad, positive or negative. People, that don't resonate with our energetic frequency are not attracted to us. Okay, so just remember that. So the vibration that you emit is made up of your conscious and unconscious energy. Now, some repellent, some magnetic, some neutral at that. Now, the underlying law is like attracts like. We attract into our lives the people and situations that have similar vibrations to our own, like I mentioned to you before. So negative qualities such as depression, neediness, selfishness, desperation, greediness, unkindness, thoughtlessness, they transmit on a low frequency. So if we have these elements in our personality, we will magnetize someone with similar energy into our lives. So if you are attracting these individuals, raise your vibration. Okay, next, now look around. So at this present time, if you stay stuck around this far, if people have been acting kind of funny around you and you're really not attracting the people that you really deserve, it's time to really look around you and note the characters around you in your life. They are in your life for a reason, and they are reflecting some qualities that you need to work on, or they may be just having some issues that they're not aware of either. But you got to remember, everything is interconnected. So either you need to distance yourself from these individuals, or you need to do some inner work on yourself. Okay, so our underlying belief attracts situations and people to us, like I have over here. So you got like what people see, what is hidden. So even though you can put makeup, you can put on a business suit and tie and great shoes with a great haircut, but deep inside, you really don't like a certain group of people, or you just don't like the opposite sex, or you don't like this person because they have this belief. Eventually that seed that you plant on the inside is going to germinate, and then it's going to manifest on the outside. 20% of the seeds, again, they're going to manifest right away. 80% they're going to sneak up on your butt, and the people going to see you for who you really are. And that's what we're seeing on the planet right now. Okay, so going back there, with that being said, our underlying beliefs attract situations and people to us. So if you have a belief that you're not deserving, you will attract the people into your life who mirror that belief back to you, treating you badly, right? So if you believe that you have to serve others, you will attract the people that you who need to be looked after in some kind of way. So if you believe that that no one could possibly understand you, you will magnetize and attract people who do not understand you. Okay, so now the person who keeps drawing the same type of people in their lives is really continuing to broadcast the same message, and I see that with a lot of females, goddesses and queens out there, especially in the dating scene, and you're not on that vibration yet. So you got to elevate your vibration to really attract that person. And in my experience too, the universe will throw you a curveball even when you're not on that vibration. you will attract that person, and you would know how to you wouldn't know how to treat that individual because they're on a whole nother level. I hope that makes sense. And then you'll get time to reflect and really realize, the next time a person of that, on that frequency and vibration or higher, you'll know what to do, and you'll know how to, you'll have better knowledge of self and better understanding too. All right. But as we get ready to close, guys, with that being said, the law of attraction works on many levels. So if you're out of harmony with life, you may attract food which disagrees with you as well. Okay. So if you think, self-critical thoughts, then you are really taking little swipes at yourself. So if you are bearing rage, you may draw it, in an attack on you as well. So if you feel that things, if you do things because you feel you should or you feel obligated, then you are in bondage. Okay, you never should feel obligated. You should do it from the kindness of your heart, and because that's what it's the right thing to do, not because of obligation. Even marriage, okay? So you will attract situations and people that keep you, keep you bound down in that situation. All right, if you feel obligated. So if you think negative thoughts, you will attract negative people and situations. Trust me, I know. I've been there. So if you are sending out positive energy, you will attract the help you need when you least expect it, at the right time. Okay, so the inner attracts the outer. Remember, there's nothing outside of you. It's an inner outer experience. You're projecting your innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, into this reality we sharing, this collective consciousness. Okay, however, we still are interfacing with each other to share this, human experience. Okay, and I hope that makes sense. All right, so again, the inner attracts the outer. So if something in your outer world is not what you really want it to be, look inside and shift how you feel about yourself. How do you feel? All right, I love you, but do you love you? Okay, now you would then automatically attract different people and experience to you. Trust me. So do not, at the end of the day, do not send out negative energy or wait for a disaster to be magnetized towards you. Send out positive energy and wait for a miracle to be drawn towards you. So you can't focus on two things at the same time. Focus on the positive. Focus on what's the next step in your life that can help you level up. All right. How can you help elevate the overall energy, frequency, and vibration of the planet? How can you learn more about yourself? What did you learn new today? And who did I help today? Who did I share my knowledge and wisdom with, or who did I assist today in any shape or form? All right. So each and every one of us has a part to play. It's all about playing our part, okay? But I love you guys. I appreciate you. I love myself, and it's all about sharing the message, so don't be afraid to share your message. Unwrap your gift and present, your present to the world, okay? I'm here to remind you of your greatness. So as always, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be back with our next presentation. We'll be talking about the law of request, okay? And as always, our purpose and mission require to learn a whole bunch of life lessons and to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. So don't do the same thing over and over again. You need a new routine, a new schedule, new higher knowledge, that's going to help give you those results, starting with those 7 hermetic principles, those universal laws, right? But, and share your knowledge and wisdom with people as you grow through this process. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Trust your own intuition. Listen to your own inner voice. Trust your own energy. Okay, because and remember, as you guys transition from your jobs, really turning your lifestyle into your own business model. Use your energy for your rise. Your thoughts, belief, words, emotion, and action are always going to equal your reality and your results. Keep your money in check, fam. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.